Do you want to know the fastest way to get your offer accepted if you're using your VA loan? Well, stay tuned to this video because I'm going to share with you everything you're going to need to know and the #1 way to get your VA offer accepted today. What's going on, motivators? Justin Chermak, your VA loan advisor here, and all I do is share with you everything you need to know about using your VA loan. I'm also licensed from New York to Cali, so I'm able to help you out wherever you are, because wherever you are, I am. So let's jump right into it. But before I get into the actual one secret way that you're going to need to get your offer accepted, I need to give you a little bit of background information. So there's 3 ways of getting looked at by a lender, all right? Pre-qualification, pre-approval, and the third way is our secret to getting your offer accepted, but I'm going to share with you that at the end of the video, so you're going to need to stay tuned. You're going to need to know these other 2 factors because they play into the third. So when it comes to a pre-qualification, well, this is the first thing you need to know. A pre-qualification is the lowest possible tier that you can get in terms of a pre-approval. Now, a pre-qualification is just about as good as those letters you get in the mail from Chase Bank or, Wells Fargo or any credit card company that might offer you and say, hey, you've been pre-qualified for a $30,000 personal loan. Great. Well, guess what? It's about as good as the paper envelope that it gets shipped in on. It's worth nothing. Absolutely nada, zilch. So you won't see it too much in the lending world. So what a pre-qualification is it's a verbal interview with a lender, and that lender pulled your credit. And all they did was they went off the verbal interview that they had in the mortgage application, and they took that credit and they were able to determine that, yes, you would be pre-qualified for this amount here. Now, the next step is called a pre-approval. And it's kind of the gold standard when it comes to getting your house offer accepted. Everyone's looking for a pre-approval. You need a pre-approval to look for a house. You need a pre-approval to put an offer in. And agents always need a pre-approval if you want to get your offer accepted. Now, a pre-approval is great and all, but there's one level much higher. But let's talk about the differences between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification. Now, a pre-qualification, as I said, is a mortgage application with a lender and they pull your credit. But a pre-approval is a mortgage application with a lender, they pull your credit, and they requested documents in order to verify everything you told them in the mortgage application. So that's the gold standard. They're using those documents to verify everything you told them. So if you say you made $10,000 a month, they're going to need to see pay stubs, W-2s, and tax returns to verify the fact that, yes, you did in fact make $120,000 last year. Now, once you get that pre-approval, which is great, you can go out, you can look for a house, you can put an offer on a house, and you know that you're pre-approved by a lender or a loan officer like myself to go out there and get a house. But what's the greatest thing you can do that's above and beyond a pre-approval? Well, here it is. The greatest thing you can do is actually the third highest tier, and about less than 5% of all offers out there on the market are going to be in this next high tier that's above a pre-approval, and it's called a pre-commitment. Now, it can also be referred to as a pre-underwrite, and that kind of alludes to exactly what it is. It's a pre-underwritten loan file. So basically, what does that mean? Well, the pre-approval is a certification by myself as a loan officer, right? In my case, a VA loan officer that says, yes, this person would be pre-approved by a house for $500,000. But what a pre-underwrite is the next level higher, because it's an underwriter approving and saying, yes, this person is approved for a mortgage of $500,000 to buy this house. So that's what a pre-commitment is. And it's also known as a pre-underwrite, as I've said, or if you wanted to be really slick, you could just call it an approval, because you got a pre-approval and now you have an approval. But what exactly is this approval that you're talking about? What is this pre-commitment? I don't get it. Well, here's the difference. As I said, that pre-qualification is a mortgage application and credit pulled. That pre-approval is a mortgage application, credit pulled, and documents verified for that mortgage application. But guess what? A pre-commitment is when you take that entire pre-approval and you forward it over to the underwriter. And now the underwriter, who can act as kind of like a judge, if you will, stamps and gives their approval. You see, in a lot of ways, you can look at me, the lender, as kind of like your attorney, but you can look at the underwriter as the judge. So I'm a good attorney, or at least I think I am, right? So I'm a good attorney, or loan officer, if you will, but I can't give you the final say on whether or not you are or are not going to. I can just give you pretty good certainty that, hey, you're pre-approved and you're very likely going to get approved for this mortgage. Now, the underwriter or judge, they can give you a full-on approval. They can stamp it and say, no, you are approved. You have a bona fide mortgage commitment. You have a pre-underwritten file. So essentially, the way that we go about doing that is we take your entire mortgage application application and we attach a TBD address to it, a to be determined address, which is what TBD is. All we do is go through the regular mortgage process as if you were already buying a house, you were already under contract, and we go through the disclosures, the processing, the opening. So we're going to send you out all these documents. You're going to have to sign them. We're going to ask for all these documents to send us. You're going to have to send us, everything and anything. But guess what? It gets the majority of the mortgage process out of the way. So it creates a super benefit for you. And this is where you really got to pay attention to this video, because what it does is it makes your offer akin to a cash offer, because now you've got a 2-week head start on the mortgage process. Now you can close so much faster than you would have if you just had a regular pre-approval. And on top of that, you're also going to get much more accurate closing figures. And not to mention, you've already gone through so much of the process. So once you finally do find a house, the only thing you're going to have to do is get your title and appraisal. And guess what? You know how much work you have to do for title and appraisal? None, because that's done by the title company and the appraiser. And the only thing you have to do is just sit back and relax. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because this is the number one offer to combat agents who do not like VA loans, because yes, they're out there. They'll post on social media, Happy Veterans Day, and thank a veteran for their service. But when it comes to putting in an offer on someone's house, they're going to look at the fact that we're putting down 0%, which is our goddamn given right to do that, by the way. But they're going to look at the fact that we're putting down 0%, and they're going to look at it in a negative light. So if you already have a mortgage approval, well, they're going to look at things a lot more differently, because they're going to say, oh my God, this guy here is 2 weeks ahead of schedule, can close faster, and we're almost guaranteed that they're going to close because the underwriter, or the judge, if you will, already gave that stamp of approval. Now, before I let you go, I'll share with you one story, and this is not going to apply to everybody, but I had one client who had this pre-commitment once, and they were going against an offer that was $15,000 higher than theirs. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. The other offer was $15,000 higher than their offer. But guess what? Their offer got accepted because we had a mortgage commitment, because the sellers of the previous property, they were afraid that the next deal would fall through because they had already had a transaction that had fallen through before. They wanted that surety. So to those sellers, it meant $15,000. So think about what that could mean for you and the seller you're putting an offer in on. Anyways, I hope you liked my video. I hope you guys enjoy my content. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my page so I know that I'm not doing this all for naught, because I'm here to teach you guys everything you need to know about your VA loan. And remember, I mentioned I'm licensed from New York to Cali, so I can help you out wherever you are, I am. Let's go, Motivator out.